In APPSC Group 1 mock interviews that we are conducting from past few days and one-to-one sessions that I am conducting, I observed certain common mistakes done by most of the candidates. And in this video, I want to tell you how you can avoid those mistakes and also preparation strategy for next few days to come, as interview starting from 2nd August. First thing is, commonly most of the candidates may be asked the question, tell me about yourself. In that question, almost 90% of the candidates whom I have done mock interview only told about the city they came from, the village they came from, their name, parents' names, their graduation, and stopped it there. But you have to tell little more about yourself. You have to tell maybe your hobbies, passion, interests, and what made you write these exams, either UPSC or Group 1. Why you want to come into government services? What is the inspiration behind that? It's better if you tell those things. You don't need to lie it, in fact, but you try to think. You spend some time, think what made you write the examination, and try to be practical and honest, but tell about that, because that will actually make the board appreciate you. That's why you have to make use of the question, tell me about yourself. Second thing I observed is, most of the candidates in their answers are unidimensional. That means, for example, certain questions are very broad. How do you apply your knowledge of BTech, maybe computer science, electronics, whatever, in the government services? After becoming government officer, how that knowledge would be useful to you? In such questions, most of the candidates are telling only 1 or 2 points. But you can tell more points. You can tell application of your computer science, electronics in agriculture, industries, MSMEs, in health, in education, in ICT, application of ICT. You can tell multiple points. Better to tell more dimensions rather than explaining a single point in depth. That's the second thing I observed. Friends, third thing is, see, I know that most of you do not have complete knowledge on the government schemes of Andhra Pradesh. But here the point is, you no need to learn in depth. You no need to by heart the statistics and numbers of every scheme. Not required. But you should at least have a fair idea of all the schemes, the concept behind the scheme, and broadly the impact that scheme or policy has created on the state or the public or the people in the state. To that extent you should know, at least the basics. In depth you no need to know. Even the current affairs also, see, if you cannot answer any specific current affair that has come only once or twice in newspaper, it's okay. But those issues that are coming in the paper continuously in last 1 year, you should definitely know about them. So, in the next few days, identify those 30 to 40 issues, either national current affairs or state current affairs that are coming in the paper regularly, and form an opinion on that. Talk to 3 to 4 people, talk to your peer group, your teachers or parents, and form an opinion on that. That's very important. Not having an opinion on a major issue happening around you is not a good thing, in fact. Third thing is, friends, in the hobbies, interests, or the role you played in the school or college, and those things, when I ask the questions, most of the students are answering it without passion. See, if it is a hobby or if it is activity or done in the college, you have to answer it with enthusiasm. You should try to explain more about it. You should actually enjoy answering such questions. So the happiness shall be there in you. If you answer such questions in a very dry manner, without a lack of enthusiasm, definitely you cannot strike a good conversation with the interview board. At the end of the day, the interview board wants to make a conversation with you, know your interests, what you enjoy, these things. So show that passion, show enthusiasm. I suggest you to stand in front of mirror, talk about all the things that you mentioned in the DAF in a very happy way. Other thing I observed is lack of honesty. See, if anything mentioned in the DAF, you have to answer definitely. You cannot say I don't know. But anything outside the DAF or certain basic, it may be basic questions sometimes, but let us say do not know. It's okay. See, don't think that you should know everything. Sometimes even we may not know some of the basics. In such case, happily tell them that, sir or ma'am, I do not know about it. I have to go back and read about it. I could not recollect it. Tell such answers very honestly. Don't even try to manipulate the answer. See, if it is a factual question, always tell you do not know. If you do not know, tell it. But if it is a conceptual question, you can try telling something and tell that, ma'am, I know up to this point. You can tell like that. So don't do these mistakes. Being dishonest is a wrong thing. and answering any question in a unidimensional way is a wrong thing to do. Answering your hobbies, activities, what you have done with lack of enthusiasm is a wrong thing. And when I ask you about yourself, don't tell just your facts, but tell also who you are, what you want to do in life. Basically, tell such things. Okay, these are very important things, friends. And prepare more on DAF. Make all possible questions that can come from DAF. Regularly, participate in discussions with your friends and ask them to ask questions. And that's how you can score more marks. In the personal test of APPSC Group 1. All the best. Even 7 days is enough to prepare and score very high marks. All the best.